Hi guys, welcome back to Just Talking, where I talk how you news sometimes listen. So today we're doing a Whinfell Forest Centre Parks review of its facilities, accommodation, activities and so much more. And of course, if you do like this video, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let's get into the lodge tour. Hi guys, so I'm currently in the 3-bedroom bungalow lodge, which is suitable as dog accommodation, and I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour and then I'm going to do a review of the food and facilities as well as some of the activities. So I'm currently in the 2-bedroom twin room, which you can of course put these beds together to make a double bed, but of course over here you have a little dressing area, and you have your standard hairdryer and little stool. You then have all your storage space for shoes and other items. You then of course have the wardrobe where they provide some hangers too, and a little bit of storage space up at the top. Then through here along the corridor you of course then have the bathroom, which comes with a mirror, toilet, sink and also a bath shower combo. You then also have this smaller bathroom which only comes with a shower, a sink and some storage space, as well as a standard heated towel rack. Through here you have another twin room, which of course can make a double bed as well. That still has the same things as the twin room I showed you before, including all of the wardrobe and shelves, and of course the dressing area with the standard hairdryer. So then if we go into the master bedroom, which is through this way, you have the double bed here with of course two standard sort of bed tables. You have a view out to the back where the barbecue area is, and of course you do have the dressing area, which is the same size, but the only difference is you have a TV with 3 view channels in here and a wardrobe. So then you also have the chalkboard area where you have your dining table. Through there's your cloakroom and other toilet area, which is just a toilet and a sink. You have your high chair and a cot there, and then you also have the living area with a long L-shaped couch. You then also have the armchair, fireplace with logs you can purchase before you go into your stay. You have a small coffee table to store some magazines down there. And then also you have your TV with 3 view channels and also a DVD player. Through into the kitchen space that you get, you of course have all of your cutlery and your cups provided, as well as some spare storage down here. Up here you have your dishwasher there. You also have of course all your cutlery there. You have your sink, your kettle, your coffee maker, and of course your oven, as well as a toaster. So yeah, that's really it for all that's in this standard bungalow lodge. So I hope this accommodation does tickle your fancy. It's really nice. I've had a really great stay in it. And yeah, let's get on with the rest of the video. So for the offering at the village centre, which is a central area of Centre Parcs, where you'll find most of your restaurants and your shops, you of course have Café Rouge, which is a French dining experience, and it offers an afternoon tea which has scones, quiche, sausage rolls, sandwiches, and also your regular tea and coffee. I'm not too sure how much that costs, but they do also offer things for breakfast, lunch, and also tea, including a kids menu with things like burgers, pasta, goujons, and for the adults you have things like burgers, chicken, and also a wide variety of traditional French pasta. You then have Bella Italia, which is the regular Italian restaurant, which offers a kids menu and a wide variety of pasta and a la carte and chicken offerings. You then also have Hook's Diner, which is an American diner, and that offers a wide variety of platters, sort of grilled meats, burgers, hot dogs, and there is also some options for vegetarians too, and you can check some of those out on the website just to make sure that all your dietary requirements are met. There is also the park market for those of you who might not want to go out to the restaurants every night and might want to use the kitchen facilities available in the lodge. That offers food from Co-op and also from Holland and Barrett. You can find things such as swim nappies, regular nappies. You can find sandwiches, hot food such as sausage rolls. You can find a wide variety of snacks, meats, milk, and also some books and magazines, as well as colouring books. Then there is Just Kids, which offers a wide variety of sort of branded merchandise for franchises from CBeebies, such as In the Night Garden and Hey Duggee. You also have things from Paw Patrol and a lot of Lego, including Harry Potter, Lego Architect, Lego Technic, and Lego City. Some of the things can get quite expensive, but there's a lot of pocket money options over there as well, including some of the Centre Parcs merchandise, which, is a Red Squirrel teddies and some of the My First Teddy at Centre Parcs type of thing. You then have treats, which can get pretty expensive in some of the things it sells. That sort of things like, your Haribos, you have Pick and Mix, you have Pick and Mix for millions, you have American sweets such as Nerds over there, you have Thank You chocolates and regular chocolate, including Cadbury's and Hershey's, and a wide variety of other things, as well as ice cream as well, which can get pretty steep because it is £1 to add a flake on, but the ice cream is really nice, and I'd definitely recommend having it at some point. You do also, by Cafe Rouge, have the storeroom, which offers nice country-themed accessories and stationery, as well as some different furnishing items. That's really nice in there. You can find some really sort of plain, sort of minimalist items in there, and it's just a really nice place, as well as some Disney merchandise in there for your home, and some board games too. Of course, you do also have the Leisure Bowl, which offers, your regular bowling experience under ultraviolet light. And of course, you can book your standard 10-pin bowling and also get some bowling shoes there too. You do, next to it, have the arcade, which has things like Sega games, air hockey, racing games, your standard arcade type of thing. I'm not too sure if you can earn tickets from it because I didn't actually go in on my last day. But you do also have the bar next to it too, so after you've been bowling, you can actually go and get some beer, you can go have a drink of Coke, and also they sometimes do some mini discos over there as well. Of course, they do also offer some shows in the green room, which is by the storeroom, and that's things like pantomimes and also discos, sort of nightclub opportunities, concerts, but at the minute they're not really holding them due to current restrictions. So of course, next to the Leisure Bowl, there is the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, and of course it offers a wide variety of different, dressing areas, such as, your standard family area with your changing table, you have things for 2 people, you have accessible changing if you have any guests that might be disabled or have a wheelchair, and there is also parking areas for any pushchairs that you might have. So inside the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, you have the indoor rapids, which are on pretty much every minute, and that blasts you around on a stream of water underneath a few trickling fountains, and you just go round and round, and it can be quite relaxing if you're just laying about. But of course, if you go on the outside lane of the rapids, it can go quite fast, and it's really fun, although watch out, depending on when your session is, it can actually get really busy in the rapids area. But if that's not enough white knuckle experiences for you, then there's also the wave pool, which is on every 20-30 minutes and is symbolised by the loud horn. And of course there is a non-swimmer area where the waves are much bigger, and then there is also an area where they're much calmer, and that's more for kids and people who have buoyancy aids. There is also a few whirlpools around, and these are basically just hot tubs, and they have seats lining the edges, and water jets come up and basically massage your back and your legs. And of course they're dotted around the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, and there'll always be room for some more people in there, and that's obviously a more relaxing experience. You do then, near some of the whirlpools, you have the 2 water chute slides, and they're body slides which go straight down, and they're really, they're not necessarily intense, but they're really fun. They're just nice and short, and of course it's always entertaining to watch other people have a good splash on it. And then after you've gone into the landing area, there's a small little slide that leads into a cave area where there's a nice waterfall in front of it and some seating underwater there too. So that's a really nice experience after you've been on the slide. There is obviously the 2 body slides, which are called the flumes. Number 2 is a lot faster and a lot shorter, so that's more of an intense experience, although it's a bit brighter than number 1, which is a darker and longer and also slightly slower slide. But of course they are marked as more intense, so if you have kids who don't like fast speeds or quick movements, it's maybe not the best. And also if you're an adult and you don't enjoy slides that go fast or are dark, then these maybe aren't the best options. There are 2 outdoor pools as well, which are really nice. The largest one is by the water chute slides, and that's really nice and warm. Of course, it has an area for non-swimmers and swimmers, as well as a little fountain by the kids area. And then there's also a little currented pool, which is outside the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, and it's near where the decking is for Starbucks. Of course, it is still a part of the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, and the best way to get into that is to go on the canyon slide. And of course, that is a sort of outdoor rapids area, and it's just a body slide, and you wind through the trees and down into the landing area, and then you can float around that little circular pool outside where it has a few seating areas and some fountains, and that's a really fun ride. It's pretty fast, it's not like too fast, and it's nice and relaxing, and you go from side to side. The first bit of it isn't exactly relaxing because you obviously go pretty fast on that bit, but I'd say it's a really great experience winding through the trees, and it's obviously not suitable for those with back issues. And that's really it for what's inside of there, apart from the small children's area, where there's a few fountains for sensory experiences, and there's also a little slide there too. So of course that's really great to check out. At the minute you have to book 2-hour sessions, but I believe it's like October 4th when you can book 3-hour sessions, although when I went, they weren't actually enforcing that, and people were staying in for longer than the 2 hours, so don't worry yourself too much on the limits, although they really should be enforcing it a little bit better. So for some of the offerings with the activities, there are a lot of different options for both indoor and outdoor activities, including some that are in the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, including mermaids and sharks, and also aquajetting. But for the things that I did, I actually did quad bike safari over at the Outdoor Activity Centre. This is a really great and fun activity, and you get to go through the woodland sort of area, and you go through a lot of rocky terrain, and you can get to be at some pretty fast speeds, and it's really fun, really fast paced, and I've done it multiple times. That was my 4th time I've done quad biking at Centre Parcs, and it's always really fun, and it always offers a new experience. I also did field archery, and I have to warn you, if you don't like walking up steep hills, then maybe don't pick this, or maybe try to go a different route, because the hill that goes up to field archery is a killer. But you basically go around the forest and you shoot arrows at rubber animals, and of course they do teach you how to actually do archery. This is the 2nd time I've done that activity, and it's always really fun, and I always love improving my archery skills, and it's really nice that it's completely in woodland, and there is also a competitive side to it as well with the point collection, and I just really love this activity, and it's really nice to be out in nature and being able to try out a new sport. But if you don't like the sort of walking around side of things or shooting at different animals, then there is always target archery where you shoot at a variety of weird targets, and also standard target archery where you just shoot a target, and there is also crossbows and one for, little kids as well. There is also segways available. I didn't do this, but you basically go off around Centre Parcs on segways, and you do a variety of different routes and courses through, like the main roads and through different lodging areas, and that's always a really nice looking activity, and it's always really nice to see all the different routes that they take, and people seem to enjoy it a lot, but you do have to be a little bit older for this activity too. There is also pony riding at the Outdoor Activity Centre where you can ride on a small Shetland style pony. I'm not too sure if they are Shetland ponies or they're just really weird and small. But there is also larger horses and carriage rides, and that's always great for younger kids. It's mainly aimed at them rather than adults. I'm not too sure if they do actually offer real pony rides for adults, but of course that's a really nice activity because they take you around Centre Parcs similar to the segways, and it's just a nice half an hour activity to go around on a horse. Then also there is also water sports, which is by the Subtropical Swimming Paradise, and you can go canoeing, you can go paddle boarding, you can also do the sort of paddle boats where you have to cycle around, and there is also different training sessions for this as well, so that you can get it guided, or you can just go off for an hour or two and just have a nice paddle around the nice and big lake. There is also by the Sports Plaza Aquasana, which is a spa experience where there's a variety of heated pools, hot tubs, sensory experiences including scent and steam. There is a cafe in there and a shop which sells some really nice products for sort of hand lotion, hand soap, body soap, and the prices are actually quite reasonable. And that's a really nice and pleasant experience to go to because it is in a nice secluded area surrounded by trees, and there's a lot of things to do in there, about 1 or 2 hour experience. And of course you can pay additionally for things like massages and pedicures, so you can get your nails done there, and it's a really nice experience and both men and women can do it. There is also the Sports Cafe in the Sports Plaza too, which offers American style food, and there is also pool and arcade areas at the top, and of course that serves just about all day, as well as serving beers and playing live sport on the TVs. There is also a jewel shop which is recently opened, so you can buy all your country style wear there. I actually bought a hoodie from there and it's really soft, nice and fleecy, and there's a wide variety of options there for all seasons, including winter, summer, and also some different special occasion clothing such as horse racing. There is also things like tennis and wall climbing over there too. You can also do rollerblading there as well, and squash, whether it be interactive where you play games on the squash wall or just regular squash, but that's always looking to be a really nice experience. And also with the wall climbing activity, they change the boards and walls every year or two. There was a wall that I did a few years ago that was new, and that is no longer there actually. They like to spice it up, so there's never a dull day when you go rock climbing, especially when you give it a year between each time you do it. So that's really it for the sort of main activities. There is also outside of there a sort of tree climbing activity, like the high ropes. There is one that's 1 metre tall for younger kids. There's ones that's about maybe 4 or 5 meters, not even that, it's probably like 10 meters. And then there's a big one which basically has at the end of it a 225 meter long zip wire across the lake, and that's really impressive. And just about all ages can do that. I believe it's 8 and up, and that's a really great activity. It's really fun, really thrilling, and it's great for adrenaline junkies, but definitely not for those afraid of heights. So not only are there a wide variety of shops, restaurants and activity options, but there is also cycle and bike hire. So of course you can get these in a wide variety of formats and styles, including mountain bikes for adults, and also the largest kids bike does actually have gears on it. You can also get balance bikes and also an attachable bike additive, which allows a child to sit in the back. Of course, that only works with the Centre Parcs hire bikes, so you will have to rent an adult bike in order to use that. You can also get one with a seat on the back of the original seat for the bike as well, if you want to have your child sat there. But there are also the smaller sizes for kids. There is an electric bike, so if you aren't very versed in cycling, you don't have the leg power and you can't handle some of the steep hills at Whinfell, then of course you can get that electric bike, and it makes it a bit easier. Of course you can find all the prices online for the hire, but you do get it for every single day unless you specify otherwise. And of course you can always pop to the bike centre just to get a new helmet if it breaks, because obviously you can hire a helmet too or buy one. You can get a replacement lock because that's provided with your bike, or get the brakes fixed if anything happens or a tyre pops. And of course everyone has a different style when cycling, and there are a lot of different trails to support that. Of course you can cycle on the main roads. There is some pedestrian only paths at the side of the roads, but of course there isn't any cars there apart from on the first day from 4 p.m. to the morning at around 7 a.m. And also there will be, of course, cars on the final day from about 7 a.m. until like 12 p.m. I suppose. But there's no issue with cars being there. There's a few like Centre Parcs trucks, and they're only allowed to go at 10 miles an hour. So it's really safe out on the roads. And of course you do get a bell on your bike, so there's no issue with pedestrians being in danger. But there is a series of asphalt trails which follow a nice path through the woodland and up hills and down hills, and there are really nice shortcuts to take, particularly around the Subtropical swimming paradise and the Sports Plaza. But there is also, rocky trails and paths which wind through the forest, and they're sometimes designated areas for watching red squirrels, and there is actually a trail by the cycle centre which has a designated spot for watching bird feeding and squirrel feeding there, and that's a really nice viewing space too. and it is really worth getting a bike because of course it is quite big and it can take a long time to walk around the full thing. So I definitely recommend checking out getting bike hire, and there is lots of places to park your bike and lock it up, and of course that's marked by the map, and there is also a bike trail map available too. So I'd definitely check it out, it's very much worth it for energy conservation. And yeah, that's really it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Of course, I'm now editing on a new software and I really do hope you enjoy it. Of course, if this video did help you out with anything or it just generally entertained you, make sure to like, comment and subscribe for more content. And of course, after this, I'll be back to my regular theme park content. And yeah, this was just talking. Bye bye.